The Aaron and Austin Show is brought to you by Slow Coast Studios, Wichita's home for EPKs, live recording, podcasts, really any audio-visual stuff that you might need.
Get with PK Pest Management for all of your pest control needs, 316-305-7108. For any termite inspections or anything under the sun, we'll take care of any problem that you have.
Sacred Leaf is Wichita's favorite CBD store. They grow their own fields out in Colorado. They make a lot of their own products. Stop by, see Nikki, tell them Aaron and Austin sent you.
Get with JEllis Kitchen. They are turning Mondays into Taco Tuesdays over there at the Shamrock Pop-Up. We love everything that JEllis is doing.
It's like a Taco Tuesday pregame.
They got fried tacos that they do all the time.
With this really good like pineapple salsa.
Pineapple.
It's pretty fire. Yeah,
dude, it's fire. Diaper Jam 2024 this year. Make sure that you get out to Bourbon Street. We've changed venues this year. We moved to a bigger and badder location. We can get more people in this place. So, and on this year, it's falling on 420. So it's not a Champs this year. So make sure you get out to Diaper Jam 2024.
Bring diapers. We are really trying to raise diapers for child abuse. It's Wichita Children's Foundation is the cause that we're doing this for.
Yeah, and we're trying to topple 20,000 diapers this year, so don't bring cash so we have to go get diapers. The cost of admission is any package of diapers. You get in there, there's multiple bands. There'll be more information to come. And Aaron and Austin Show will be live on location podcasting all day long. So you can come out and see us. There's a bunch of stuff going to be going on at Bourbon Street that day. There'll be vendors and everything going on. So we're going to have a blast at Diaper Jam 2024 this year, so make sure you get out and support it.
Come help the kids. The Aaron and Austin Show wants to give a huge shout out to Eddie at Wichita by EB. Go check out his podcast, The Editorial. Check out all the stuff he's doing for food trucks. He releases a list of where the food trucks are going to be. He releases a list of where the bands are going to be playing. Just an amazing dude. Go support him. Find Wichita by EB. Support him however you can.
2024 Damn Jam. Make sure that you get out. Aaron and Austin Show will be live on location podcasting for 2 days. It's going to be a fun time out there. Stone Temple Pilots are going to be there. Brantley Gilbert's already been announced. There's multiple bands being announced to come. So let's make sure that we get out and support the Damn Jam.
This is the actual episode 89.
No.
What is that? What are you doing?
I was just asking one last question.
Oh, okay.
Don't even be getting all up in my business.
Got flyers you doing?
Yeah, well, I want to, because he did me the solid and gave me the flyer to this one that we're going to talk about today. Bet. But he had a couple other that he sent me, but I knew one wasn't going, but I didn't know about the middle one, so I wanted to ask him before we started. So I took it right down to the wire.
Special shout out to JEllis Kitchen. Back being official sponsors. Thanks.
Yep, and they are an official sponsor for the week and for the rest of the month, actually. So make sure you get in on Taco Mondays over there at the Pop-Up.
Taco Mondays, it's the new Tuesday.
Yeah, they killing it over
It's
there.
like a Taco Tuesday pregame kind of a thing, I think.
So here we are, episode 89.
The actual number 89.
The actual number 89 this week.
I'm not sandbagged by
fuck off.
Misinformation.
Sometimes you just can't read, maybe, I think.
Yeah. I'll give it to you, man. My eyes are failing. I always thought it'd be my ears go first, but man, it's the eyes, bro.
Okay, so first off, introduce you guys yourself. We got
Saprogenous.
There it is. Thank you for stepping. Saprogenous in here today, and we got a great episode here for you because we're continuing our heavy metal holidays. So thanks for doing this, guys. I really appreciate it. But so, dude, your eyes are just now failing. Fuck, like you. Yeah. Fuck, I had glasses, and when you guys, 2 glasses wearers, when did you guys first have to start having glasses?
Like 5.
Yeah, dude, I had to have glasses when I was like fucking 6, man. Shit, that sucked.
I started wearing glasses like 2 years ago.
Oh, you lucked out. That's not bad.
My eyes aren't shit. If I don't have my glasses on, I can't. I would have to like literally like to read something. I have to take a picture of it with my phone and then like blow it up and like look at it.
Yeah, I do that.
Can you see far away though? Good. You can see far away pretty good still? Yeah, so you're different from me. My vision went to shit like when I was a real little kid. Like I had to wear glasses from like 5th grade on.
Mine still ain't bad. That's why you don't see me wearing glasses. But like if I'm reading something, yeah, dude.
I'm legally fucking blind, boy, if I haven't. So, what's up, guys? Welcome to Heavy Metal Holidays and the Aaron and Austin Show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're really glad. So give us a little backstory. Introduce yourselves. You can go person by person. Say what you do in the band, all that good stuff. Let the people know who you guys are.
Okay, we're starting with me. I'm AJ. I'm the drummer.
It's alphabetical, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
It starts with the coolest instrument first.
I'm Ted. I'm guitar and vocals.
Nice.
That's not alphabetical, man.
Sure.
I'm Felicia. I'm the bass player.
I thought we were just going like this.
Nice.
We can just do it anyway. There's no structure here. Actually, let's try it again. Let's go from the top. No, just
Cut
and restart. But so what happened? How this all get together? Whose brainchild was it?
It was Ted's brainchild.
Yeah. So I was in a band for around here for about 12 or so years called Knife Wound, and
yeah, pull that bad boy in. Pull this bad boy in there.
Yeah.
Pull it to you. It'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work for you. Don't make yourself uncomfortable.
So I was in a band for a long time called Knife Wound, and then
Knife Wound was a pretty popular band here in town, from what I remember. They've been mentioned on this show now a few times.
Yeah.
That's cool.
By the people in the know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not the first time I've heard the Knife Wound come spinning around.
Where were they when we were active, though?
Yeah. Hey, I will say we hang shit on everybody, but I will say the heavy metal community is pretty good at supporting their own. I give them credit every week during this month. They really go hard. So
Yeah. But anyway, I'd been doing that for about 12 years, and I was kind of messing around with this idea where I wanted to do like a different kind of music. I wanted to do like just really repulsive gore grind. I wanted it to be just so
hold on, say that one more time. Really repulsive
gore grind.
Gore grind.
That's the subgenre that we play is gore grind,
Okay,
where it's basically
unpack that a little bit.
okay. Gore grind
Babies in a meat grinder.
That's kind of what. God damn, that's what I felt like.
Nah, it's essentially like take like the heaviest band you've ever heard and then make it even heavier, and then instead of like an actual human like as a vocalist, you have a toilet a clogged toilet trying to flush.
Oh, I worked for a sewer department for a while. I know that noise pretty well.
Yeah, it's essentially just the most over the top style of music. It's
obscene.
Yeah.
Well, so what? Like, okay, so Knife Wound is what? What
like grindcore, just kind of
a little not as core grindy. This is more grindcore.
This is more gore grind.
More gore grind. So when you say gore, does that mean we like add some like theatrics to the stage to it with it?
Yeah, like the imagery is like zombies, dead bodies, horror aesthetic,
nice.
like B horror movies.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So did you guys hang out with Nursing Home Panty Raid?
I'm really good friends with Zach Stovall from Nursing Home Panty Raid. His new band is actually on this next show that we're playing.
This one?
Yeah. But yeah, I know all those guys.
Stay tuned to hear all about this show.
Sorry, guys. I just saw his shirt, and it kind of made me think of him.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I want to see the show where James Barlow spits blood everywhere. It's not. I don't think it's the Nursing Home Panty Raid show. It's called My name's James Barlow and I spit blood everywhere tonight. What venue is going to let me do this? I feel like you should fucking warn them a little bit.
Yeah.
Outdoor venue might be best.
Yeah, maybe
something you can hose down.
So you had your Knife Wound thing, and so we can move into. So what drew you into that genre? Like,
I've always been into extreme music, like stuff that's like. Pantera's cool, but it doesn't do anything for me.
It was radical when it came out.
Yeah.
Like it was at this cutting edge then. Like it's not now.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
it cut the edge that this evolved from.
Yeah.
You know
I guess the way that I always looked at it is like the way that like a drug addict looks at drugs. I've always kind of looked at like extreme music. Like I want it to be more and more extreme. It's kind of how I went. Like when I was a teenager and I'm listening like.
So when you say extreme, do you mean more extreme as far as the presentation of the music, or more extreme as far as every aspect?
Everything. Just
no matter what.
Just
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
just crushing.
Put
guitars.
it on a fucking 11. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fucking sometimes.
So that's always kind of been. I never got into drugs or drinking or partying, but fucking music is kind of where I got off.
So how do you attract those musicians that are like, yeah, I want to fucking do that?
It's hard.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it was hard finding these guys.
Strangely enough, before Felicia was ever in the band, she got Ted and I together.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Explain that. Don't gloss over that. How'd that happen?
It comes full circle. It's really cool how it went down. I met Ted when he was in Knife Wound. I can hear me pretty good.
There you go.
Is that better?
It'll just be better for the mix.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
I met
Michael Jackson or the fucking Weird Al Yankovic.
Imagine it's a festering baby and eat it.
I don't eat babies. It's not my flavor. But I met Ted when he was in Knife Wound at one of the Kirby's shows, and got to know him a little bit. Made friends on Facebook, and sometime later he had posted something along the lines of, looking for a drummer for this project I'm doing, whatnot. And this guy over here, AJ's my best friend. So I was like, hey, this guy's actually a really good drummer who could use a project to play in. So I got them connected. And then I don't know what, 2 years later?
From there, I sent him a video of me tracking drums for my old band. And basically, I got a message back said, "You're hired."
What was your old band?
Decimation out of Manhattan.
Oh, okay, cool. So are we all, before we get too much far, are we all from Wichita, or where are we all from?
No, I'm from California.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
only been here for like 6 years.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll unpack that in a minute. Were you from here, Ted?
I was originally born in Oklahoma City. I moved here when I was like in 4th grade. So,
So you've been here quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been at Wichita
Still
for a hot
Midwesterner.
minute.
You know?
Yeah, and Oklahoma City. I mean,
Yeah.
similar to Wichita. I mean,
Yeah.
even a little cooler in some aspects, actually. Yeah, but yeah.
I always had fun there.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
but
Wichita
not-
more. I mean,
I do. I mean, if I like all of Kansas more than Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's not my favorite state. It's just one of the ones.
Their
where-
dirt's the wrong color.
where they're fucking like that makes me think the water's not right to drink there. Their cops
Yeah.
are really fucking dicky.
the
Like
roads are.
yeah,
Yeah,
atrocious.
roads are
They don't spend
shit.
a fucking dime on
Almost
the
as
roads.
bad as Nebraska.
Well, you can tell. I will say one thing about Kansas. You tell every fucking second you drive out of the city limits, of the state limits here, because you instantly tell that ain't no other state spending a fucking dime on their roads.
It certainly ain't Iowa.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, even Colorado with all that fucking weed money they got, their roads is not as nice as Kansas roads
Nah,
are.
man, they just make the ones in between Kansas and the Front Range shitty, so we don't go there.
Yeah, well, that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move on their part. So you guys are kind of a mixed bag around. Where did you say you're from?
I didn't.
No, I know. This is what I thought. I was like, we didn't get there. I don't think.
No, I was born in Wichita, but never lived here until I got out of active duty in like 98. And then I moved away for 15 years and just came back a few years ago.
Oh, nice. What, you were in the military service?
Yeah, I was in the Army.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your service, man. That's important shit, always. So, did you play before? Were you a drummer before you went into the service, or is that something that happened after? Or?
No, I managed to convince my mom to get me lessons when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, nice. You got a cool mom then.
My whole family is musical one way or another.
That's nice, dude. It's always nice to hear when like people facilitate, especially when you have a family that's not really into that and they're still willing to help facilitate. You know, a kid wants drums, and they're fuck it, let's do it, let them try it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, honestly, I was already building kits out of my blocks and mom's pots and pans before that, so
Oh,
she
yeah.
just figured, well,
So he was made for this shit.
let's get him some training so it doesn't sound
Yeah.
like such a mess.
yeah.
It was going to happen whether they wanted it or not.
Yeah, really, it was.
So when you come back from the service, do you run right to music pretty quick?
I took a pretty big break until I moved up to Manhattan and I started in a metal band up there where I was actually playing bass. And then I played in a reggae band for like 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I got with Decimation and did that for 8 or 10, and now it's this. So.
Nice.
You
Freaking-
used to rent bass mics from me for recording. Was that Decimation? Was that this band?
No,
What
that was this band.
That was this band. Yeah, yeah.
Decimation was all up in Manhattan, Kansas.
I bet.
So how's the scene in Manhattan? I don't know the scene. I don't know that.
It
I
used
know
to be
Lawrence a little
great.
better, but Lawrence has kind of died off too a little bit even. It's a little more like trendy and uppity now.
Well, the thing we know about Manhattan is Aggieville, and I can't imagine like a hardcore band in Aggieville. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like,
maybe.
not anymore. There
Yeah.
used to be a really great venue there called PJ's, and they had a lot of metal, but they had a lot of everything.
Yeah.
There is still live music in Aggieville, but not the way it used to be. I mean, we had, well, probably people that you haven't heard of, but decently large metal bands that would come through there, on their way from Denver to Kansas City, and they'd
like
stop in.
regional
Oh.
and some national bands, I'm sure.
Like a band called Havoc, which started out, I met them when they were like 18, 19 years old, and now they're all over the place.
It's cool when you're in the scene and you get to see those like bands that
grow up.
pop up and
Yeah.
they grow up. Yeah,
Yeah.
grow up. I've even on a small scale here in Wichita, like through his open mics and like because he does all ages open mics here. It's a place because so everybody knows these guys are a sober band. They're not on the booze, and we have he's trying to create a spot for young kids to be able to play that's not a fucking bar.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I mean, and that's what the Hyde
Very
is about.
important to me, man. That's
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's a spot for having a drink and there's a spot for not.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have, every 18-year-old kid shouldn't have to fucking like trench through a bar to fucking live their dreams.
Well, I get really tired of like, okay, you're underage, so you're going to be playing house parties,
Yeah.
booze, drugs. It's all that's all there too.
absolutely.
And then
Not a healthy
okay,
scene.
you're 21, you're finally able to play. I'm going to give you like a 12-pack of beer and half off drinks. That's all I can pay you.
Yeah, that's
what I mean?
Insert this local.
You mean you got free beer?
Used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, used to. but yeah, that's a huge cause of mine, man. Trying to get those bands to find their value outside of those problematic places.
What else I've been talking to these guys about? Because like we've tried to do like the all ages thing, but just nobody shows up. Like.
You're right, dude. Without booze, like you
like
will
the
say,
people that would usually come out don't come out because it's going to be a drive show, and then like no kids. I feel like kids aren't into live music anymore.
I think they are.
It's
but
a smaller
not.
piece of the pie. Okay, like let's say when I was fucking 17. Okay, like I didn't have really cool video games online that went on forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? I didn't have.
You didn't have every fucking song at your fingertips.
Yeah, I just
Every
didn't have
fucking song?
I didn't have access to all this stuff. Really, music was my outlet, and I could do that anywhere.
Same.
You know what I mean? I could do that anywhere,
But I think that there is so kids today we're having to get out to because there's nothing else to do for the most part. I'm almost 40. I was born in '84, so we've all kind of traversed somewhat similar time zones. So we had to get out to do some shit. To be social or anything, you either could call your friend's house or and they didn't answer or their dad answered. You wasn't talking to nobody.
Well,
so you had to go places.
Being social was valuable at that point. Okay?
But see, here's
you had to develop those skills.
But here's the sell now that I think it will work for kids is they are getting so tied up into this thing with their devices and stuff and with like school and all that shit, how it's different these days, that I think when they do find shows, they realize that it is a cool release and a way to get away from your parents that they didn't realize. Like, how did we wanted to go to fucking shows because you wanted to get away from your parents for 3 fucking hours. Maybe, you have a little independency, see something cool that you thought nobody else knew about and like get to enjoy a local show. I think we just have to expose them to it more, get them through the door. I think even in genres they don't like. Because my daughter's grown up, and even like over the last 2 days, it's been really funny that we're talking about this. Like my daughter's grown up kind of hip hop because that's kind of stuff I've listened to in R&B and stuff, and that's her mom's a little bit country and stuff. But like she has just recently found like 80s hair music. Like, it's so awesome to watch her find. She's like, "You heard about Ozzy Osbourne, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
yeah. Sounds like my daughter. My daughter loves, like, she loves kind of poppy stuff. Like
everybody
she's
does,
6,
yeah.
But she loves Twisted Sister.
Oh, that's awesome.
I bet.
Freaking loves Twisted Sister.
Like it's I think it's still, and I would say like shows struggle. Some shows do great and some don't. So you lose faith in your fucking crowds a lot of times. But I think if we can just expose the like they used to have to, they were escaping to get there. Now we have to pull them to get there. And I think once they realize that this is a cool and safe space, that we'll get that back.
It's definitely different. Like when I was in high school, like I didn't go to dances, I didn't go to football games.
No,
like
concerts.
I went to shows.
Yeah, I went to
every
concerts.
weekend. I was at
Same.
shows.
I didn't go to dances because I can't fucking dance.
Yeah.
So I mean, just flat out. I
didn't do any of that stuff. I was shows. Are you going to homecoming? No.
I mean, I had to go to some shit because I was a football player and I was involved in some of that shit, but I ain't dancing.
Well, and I remember back in the day, man, it was the Eagles Lodge that had the cool metal shows. Like you'd go to the Eagles Lodge, and your parents were like, "Okay, I can drop you off at the Eagles Lodge."
Yeah, that sounds fair.
But it was brutal. It was like, oh man, it was fucking like, oh my god.
My parents bought me a ticket to Pantera White Zombie. It was one of the first shows I went to in '96 at the Kansas Coliseum, and they definitely didn't know what they was buying me a ticket to.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
The Eagles Lodge was great because it was all ages, but they had a bar.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of what, and to circle back what you're saying, as a sober group, I know you guys want to do your sober shows and not sober shows, but it'd be nice.
Just personally, we don't drink. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I think I'm not saying you guys do. I think, and me and Aaron have wished that the sober community was more supportive of like live acts and stuff. Like we've tried non-alcoholic shows, and like you said, nobody fucking shows up.
Here's my problem. You have 30 plus rehab centers in Wichita alone.
Yeah.
So Wichita proper,
Okay.
30 plus rehab centers. Your recidivism rate is somewhere around 70%. Okay? And I feel like people go into treatment, they get their treatment. While they're there, it's all good, okay? I have people, friends going through this with me. I have like counselors and I have support that are helping me through my problem. Yeah, here's all my community, Then you get out of treatment. You go back home. I can't hang out with any of my friends because they were triggers to begin with. I can't probably hang out with half my family because they drove me to drinking in the first fucking place. You know what I mean? Like, so how does the community find their community outside of there when none of them are doing shit? They're sitting on the couch, wallowing in this misery, waiting for that next hit or that next drink or that whatever it is.
Well, I'm going to tell you something straight up.
Yeah.
Not everybody that goes to rehab really gives a damn about getting better. I didn't.
Well, that's true.
I
That's
got
true.
back.
That's a fair angle.
I came home. I had booze stashed in the house. I got shit-faced. I didn't care.
And I
That's
wonder.
a fair angle. That's a fair fucking angle.
And I wonder how many people are hitting these rehab centers out of like court orders. You know what I mean? Out of like
A lot
whatever.
of them.
Okay, a lot of them.
I used to work with that.
Yeah. So outside within that 70%, there's a lot of that. I'm sure of it. But I would like that to be.
It's a more supportive community.
Yeah,
That's all we're
but
saying.
how do you do it? Okay.
I don't know.
Now do I tell the treatment center, hey man, let these guys know that when they get out of there, they have a place.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it so much less cool. You know what I
You
mean?
almost have to be able to go. You almost have to
You
do
know what
what
I mean?
you almost have to do what this band is doing. Be able to go to a place that serves alcohol and still have fun without getting drunk.
You have to be the example of what is possible.
And that's not
Or-
okay. That's not okay for everyone. Not everybody
Yeah.
can handle that.
Or we pull a 21 Jump Street and we go into the rehab centers as sober people and be like, check out these bands. These bands are playing and they don't serve alcohol there. There's a good community there.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know.
But I don't think the right thing to do is just set up a sober place for everybody because that doesn't work. We've already seen that doesn't work. I mean, half shows barely go off, and selling booze gets people in the fucking door.
Well, and the problem is like
It just does, man. Unfortunately.
the problem is that on an individual basis, okay, if we're gonna stop drinking, if we're gonna stop our problems, we have to do that within ourselves. We have to be able to accept that other people are doing this and not be triggered by it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if everywhere I go somebody's drinking or drunk or high or whatever it is, and that triggers me into a relapse, that's pretty weak sauce on my part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it all depends on if you want to be involved in the scenes that you want to be involved in. If you're trying to be involved in the music industry, you're gonna have to fucking put up with that.
you're gonna have.
I mean, good luck.
Playing at bars. I mean,
I see you guys at bars all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I see you guys at Barleycorn. So you got a show coming up. Can't wait to talk about it at Barleycorn. So, like, your right hand is covering. All right, tell him fucking. But
is that John downstairs?
yeah, no. Well, I asked him something because
Yeah, I was trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah,
You wouldn't let me.
I couldn't hear you. You're doing great. I just couldn't hear what you said. Sorry. So, to pull it back full circle, she hooks you up with him to get a drummer, and then how long before we need a bassist? And then we're going, well, let's call Felicia.
You got to talk about the band Kirby's story and stuff
Yeah,
before we
'cause-
get to me because
okay.
there was a bass
Was
player.
that before you?
Yes, there was a
Okay,
bass
so
player prior to me.
So we've got a note here that we can't wait to talk about, and we're gonna.
so I'll bring it back up to speed. So basically,
we got banned from Kirby's here.
So basically, me and one of my bandmates from Knife Wound were doing this band, and we were still doing Knife Wound. But then one day, drummer from Knife Wound is basically like he just had a kid.
I'm done basically.
Well, he just had a lot on his plate. He's like, dude, I gotta work. I don't have time for this. And we're like, cool. So we were like, well, how about we do this side project thing like for real? Because I'm digging what we're doing. But it was me and him, and we were using a drum machine, and we were like, well, since we don't have a drummer, we can't find a drummer because it's so hard to find a drummer, let alone somebody who can play like this.
I've heard that.
We took it over the top. So whenever we would like talk to drummers and they would hear it, it would scare them off because like I can't play like that.
Well, yeah.
That sounds like
That's one of the first things I told him. I can't play that.
like it literally sounded just like a machine gun. Just it was with the drum.
Blast
It's
beats.
double bass,
Yeah.
the double
Just
bass kicker the
double
whole
bass.
time, or what?
Just blast beats, just
Blast
hyper blast.
beats,
You're
So-
losing weight up there.
So we hooked up with this guy. We went over and jammed with him. He was like, "Oh, I haven't played, for a few years." So we jammed with him, and it was apparent he hadn't played for a few years. So we were like, "Okay,
Don't call us. We'll call you.
No. So I think a few days later we went back over there, and this was like a different drummer. He was like
He
nailing
walked
it.
in there, didn't he?
We wrote like our first song like that day, and then the songs just started pouring out. Like we just clicked. And
So
yeah.
that leads into a good question of mine. So with Knife Wound and now this band, is it all original content? And you write it all? Is that how we run with it, or?
Yeah, it's all original stuff. Like I'll come up with ideas and I'll bring them to them, and then we'll just kind of like jam on them and work on them. Felicia will put in her kind of input. He'll put in his input. Sometimes he'll just force something.
Yeah, true.
Like
Explain that. Explain that.
I'm only a drummer. I don't write. I arrange.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Fair
you go.
enough.
I get that.
That's still writing though.
Like we had this one song where we were fighting real hard about it because like there's no change up from the first riff going to the second riff for him.
Yeah. So basically,
And it was confusing.
Explain to us dum-dums, the ones that aren't musicians. You have to explain
Okay,
it to us.
so basically I'm playing a riff and he's playing like a blast beat over it, okay? And then when we're changing over into like the second part of the song, normally somebody who's not insane would do like a roll or some kind of a fill to kind of signify that we're going into this part now.
Kind of a transition.
Yeah, a transition. He said, you know what, fuck a transition. I'm just going to keep doing this. And
so basically, the riff changes, but I'm playing the
Yeah.
same beat. It really does kind of mess some people up.
it was,
Yeah.
but I'm used to it now, but it was messing me up, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. And then I think we played that festival in
Is that a certain
Texas.
style of for your kind of genre of music that this fits, or is it just a style of his drumming?
It's AJ's half
It's
cocked
AJ's
drumming.
shit, yeah.
He's special.
Well, hey, dude, original cool shit is why you keep people in the
He has
band.
his own style, but I remember when we played that, I think the first time we played it live, Joe, wasn't Joe from
Oh,
Deterioration, when we played in Texas, was like, dude, that part of that song is fucking sick.
And you're like, yeah, I knew from the beginning.
So
I knew that. It's awesome.
So I've been in the room with producers where they hear something and they go, that's not what I would put there.
Yeah.
They go, but that's weird enough to catch somebody's ear,
Yeah.
and I like it.
The only thing
You
was
know?
the only problem I had with it was just it was messing me up because
Right.
I was needing some sort of signal from him to say, Ted,
This is time.
yeah, it's time
time.
to go into this other.
So how did you?
Ted can't count.
So how'd you
I
figure?
can't
there you
So
go.
how'd you figure out your transitions? You had to kind
We
of
just kept
do it a little
doing it.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, we kept doing it, and for a while, I would go from the blast beat and just put a quick cymbal hit in.
Now.
Yeah.
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 Now.
Cut, motherfucker.
but
Riff
it's
change now.
the music's so fast, like you have to do that. It's just like now.
Nice. So it takes a
You
lot.
have to let muscle memory take over.
Yeah, for sure.
So and all through that, you guys started a fire at Kirby's.
No,
No.
I wasn't involved in that.
this was when was this?
It was that day the fire, the
No.
raging fire.
No, it was an assault. It wasn't a fire.
Oh, okay.
They decided to give everyone
So
a
a
knife
riot.
wound.
So you started a riot.
No, it was before she joined. We had my old bass player from Knife Wound, and then this, and we started the band together. Basically, we had some bands from out of town that we were friends with, some big Texas son of bitches, and for some reason, Kirby's that night had this kid. I'm going to say kid because he had been at least 20 years younger than me. But his job was to check IDs and to take out the trash, and nothing the fuck else. I can cuss, right?
Yeah. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Nothing the fuck else, okay? But he was taking it upon himself to be,
Like security guard guy.
yes.
He got a little too much.
I'm the doorman.
He got a little too much power.
He
gave one guy a little too much power.
no, they didn't give him this power. He took the power.
Yeah.
Well, they said they let him check IDs, and he took. That's where his
Yes.
ego came in.
But he showed up with his own security hat and everything. So he was just
Yeah, he probably works for the Wichita Police Force now.
Yeah. So anyway,
We're talking about Lily Wu. Lily Wu was the doorman.
so anyway, this security guy was just being really confrontational with people and
It's not going to work.
and
Too much chest.
Yeah.
Too much.
I mean,
chest.
and he wasn't a big guy either.
too much bro.
He
and
was-
too much chest.
He was like a
Little guy
he was a little
syndrome.
guy,
That's
yeah.
that's
That's
actually
it.
when it's worse.
That's it.
Yeah.
When you
It's a
give somebody
chihuahua.
power that can't get it
Yeah.
in their own life, they fucking abuse the shit out of that.
So it came to a head whenever we were playing our set, and then some of our friends who were in some of the bands that came from Texas and everything, and they're jumping around on the floor. They're not doing anything crazy. They're getting on each other's backs and riding each other.
and
you
nobody's
know?
struggling. We're all
Yeah.
everybody's involved.
Yeah, dude.
And he just freaked out and started grabbing people and putting them in sleeper holds and all this. And then our bass player saw that, and immediately jumped
right off the stage and started whooping this guy's ass.
Did he drop the bass first? Or
No.
He took it with him.
And Ted and
I
I
love
finished the
bass
song.
players. God, bass players are great.
Well, if the guy's small enough, you don't really need to drop it.
So anyway, the scuffle happened, and then
In Kirby's.
Love
Yeah,
it.
there's not much room for scuffles.
Exactly.
Well, it involves the whole bar, is what ends up happening.
Fuck, dude. You fall down, you're falling in the bar.
Yeah. Well, we were playing, so there weren't a lot of people in there.
I wish we could play
same-
secret shows.
But anyway, it all got temporarily squashed.
That was a good one.
So we're all like hanging out. It's like our band who.
So it's a little tense in the room.
Yeah. Well, we're hanging out front. You know
The garage door's open,
yeah.
probably.
We're sitting there just kind of hanging out. This other band from Texas. They're just 5 big
Texas boys.
Texas motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're big old
Cowboy
old boys.
boots,
Yeah, big old
whiskey,
There
like
you
Stone
go.
Cold Steve Austin like type
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
They breed them a little different down there in Texas.
Yeah. So anyway, we're all just sitting there like whatever, and then the security guy who's doing his chores, he's taking out the trash. He's like, I just want to let you guys know, I would have totally fucked you all up. And he just keeps walking by and just saying that.
Like just poking the bear.
Yeah,
Huh?
basically, I said, dude,
He
please,
wouldn't shut up.
I'm the sober one. Everybody else is fucked up
Well,
and ready to fight.
you guys, that's another fun you get to have if you staying sober. You go, wow, look
Yeah.
at these bunch of.
Look at this shit show.
So anyway,
Look at this unfold.
this guy keeps coming by and antagonizing us. And I'm sober. I'm like, look, dude, I'm begging you. Please stop doing this because these guys are ready to fucking kill you.
They're a
You are
fucking.
gonna
You're a
catch
half
hands,
cock
man.
comment away from getting stomped in this motherfucker.
I was like, look at the situation, okay? You're you. Okay, there's 5, 6, 8 big motherfuckers out here that are ready to stomp your ass. Okay, you're pushing them. Okay, you have some little chick bartender in there and Paul to have your back.
That's nobody.
And I don't think Paul's
And
gonna have
neither
your
one of
fucking
them
back.
are going to do it.
They're gonna shut the door on him and just let him eat that crow.
Yeah.
So anyway,
They'll send you flowers in the hospital, but that's about what they're good
So
for.
anyway, after begging him to just cut it out, just leave it alone,
He ain't that kind of guy.
he couldn't do it. And then our bass player just looked at me. Can I? I'm like, dude, I can't hold this leash any longer. So he just like chased after him and just started like just beating him down.
Out at
and-
the trash
Well,
cans.
dude
Yeah.
hit him with the chair.
Yeah, he hit him
first.
with a chair. The
So we're
security guard-
full
the
on-
bass player hit the
so
guy.
we're full
No,
on-
he got hit with a
security
chair.
guard hit him.
So
Yeah.
we're full
Security
on
guard
fighting at
picked
the
up
trash
one of
cans.
those-
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It gets broken up, and then they come out and they're telling us that we need to get out of there. And then Paul comes out there, and Paul, is Paul, and he goes up there. He's like, "Knock this shit off." And then the security guard's trying to explain to him. He goes, "I don't give a fuck about what you have to say. I know Ted. I know Ted doesn't fuck around and drink. I want to hear Ted's side of the story."
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you
So-
guys are honestly. I'm going to the sober people first.
Yeah, damn
honestly,
right.
So at that point,
What happened?
So I give him this side of the story, and then he looks to the guy. I don't know his name. He's like, "So and so, go home." He just like sends him home.
that's when you fire a guy.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
But I did get a call the next
Liability.
night. I did get a call the next night from who's the owner over there?
Ryan Scott. Remember Ryan?
Depends on
I
what
think it
era
was
we're talking
Ryan.
about here.
I think I was right the first.
It was a
time.
couple years ago. Anyway, nice guy, but he just like wanted to know like what happened. He
Ryan
goes-
or Alex, probably.
Ryan.
It wasn't Alex.
Ryan Bell is currently the owner of Kirby.
I think that might have
There
been
you go.
him. He was really nice,
Yeah.
and I talked to him, and
He's
he was
going to be on the show at the first of the year after.
cool. But the first thing he says is, "You guys are beating the hell out of my staff. You guys are never playing Kirby's again." I was like, "Look, I was sober. I'm always sober. Can I just tell you what happened?" I told him what happened.
Yeah, dude, I feel like 2 GoPros in that place, and you'd always know what happens.
Yeah.
Smallest goddamn.
And
bar
they
in
have them
town.
now. They have them now. They do.
I basically
For
explained.
fuck's sake, dude. I mean,
Yeah, they have them now.
I basically explained. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I hate to put the blame on your security guy. He's like, we don't have a security guy. I'm like, well,
You did that night.
yeah, you did that
well,
night.
you
did
had a volunteer,
You had
but-
Mr. fucking narcissist and his fucking
So I
went from home security hat.
yeah.
Small man.
I basically just explained to him like what happened. I'm like, dude, we weren't there to start fights, but this guy was just begging everybody in these bands to just beat the shit out of him, pretty much. And I tried to stop it. I told the guy about 1,000,000 times, dude, just walk away, let it go. It's not worth it. Best case,
You can't talk sense to some people.
I go,
No.
dude, best case scenario, you're gonna get pistol
They
whipped.
want it.
Like, these are like crazy Texas guys.
Yeah, I'm not. Gonna, it's like I'm not going to be able to stop these guys from curb
Yeah,
stomping.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. And one of the guys,
I don't have control of these.
And I
heathens.
don't know if I would if I could.
Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
called out the devil. I'm gonna let the devil come at you. You don't-
Please don't.
Dude, I will, and I will do just like you. I will warn and try to smooth the waters, but at some point, like you said, with your bases, man, fuck him. Fuck this guy.
At some point, I'm catching popcorn, man.
I've already tried everything, so fuck this guy.
So that happened. We haven't played at Kirby since. He said that we're not banned.
So let's bring back you guys to Kirby's with the new lineup and start a riot.
Man, shows are so late.
No cover, but everybody gets a knife wound.
They are
they
are fucking late.
Yeah.
Like 9 o'clock start times.
That's my thing. Is that like I have kids, she has kids. It's like
I got kids too, man.
I work really early.
he works really early.
So play here and bring the kids. That's what I'm talking about.
We did.
Yeah. You guys have played here, right? You guys have played at the Hideout, right?
Yeah.
What a fucking fun venue, right? We're working on like just a little bit of everything for this fucking place, man. I can't wait.
It makes it really slow going. There's a lot of irons and fires that are just spread.
Yeah.
It'll just bear with us. We got a lot of fun stuff. We're
Big
wanting to
things coming.
we're wanting to eventually
slowly,
do,
but yeah.
we're wanting to do like a 3-piece thing. Like, where you guys, wouldn't it be fun if we had you guys in right now? We had your fans, some of your fans here downstairs watching the podcast, getting to learn more about you. Then we transitioned into a live show that we could like fully do live on YouTube downstairs after this.
I'm into it.
Like, how fucking
cool,
fun would
right?
that be?
That'd be really cool.
Like, it'd be like
They'd be watching the podcast right now on the big screen.
so
It's down
like
there.
they could maybe do an exclusive thing, like, and I would even kill people for it. $15 to come to the whole thing, or $10 just to come to the music show. Like, how fucking fun would that be? You get to sit in here and listen to a band that you like. You get to listen to how they started and talk and shit and Miranda around this building and have some fun. And then we follow you guys downstairs from here, and you fucking rock the house. I mean, that sounds like a fucking blast.
That's a cool idea.
And that's the fucking dream. That's the fucking dream here.
The problem with our fan base, though, is they're heavy
Bring that in.
alcoholics. Like, all of them. Our fan base really likes the booze.
So we
I've
getting
been trying
them
to figure that out too.
Getting them into an alcohol-free place is
So
tricky.
the city of Wichita be damned. We are going to work on like private shows, like where you can put on a show here, where we rent the building out and we can supersede that.
Or maybe there's a beer garden, or maybe we can do BYOB, or I don't know how it's all going to happen.
So,
you know.
so say
We're looking at options,
Say we
you know.
do like a private rental of a show here, and instead of selling booze, because we can, we do a private BYOB show that's $20 to come.
But you can't do that. You can't do it.
What,
No, I'm just saying you can't do it.
But if it's a private,
Well, you can't
if
do
it's
it
a
now
private
that you
party-
put it out
It was a
live.
private party.
Well, see,
Well, that's the
there's a
thing.
little bit of ways around this, because if you
It's called not telling anybody about it.
okay, so let's not say nobody listens to this fucking show anyway. So
No. I'm going to tell you the best runaround that we have right now is that myself and Jeff Kelly from Love Like War, we are the co-owners of the building, and we are also ministers of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And so if we call it a religious
real thing.
function, if we call it a religious function and a couple of you guys wear colanders on your head, we can probably work this out.
see, but
You know what
I think even more so.
I'm kind of into it.
So
Yeah,
like
I like
say
that.
say you rent out a building like anywhere and do a show at it, or rent out a building like at the Sedgwick County Park, or if you rent out a building at Lake Afton, like, you are allowed to have booze at those venues within reason.
Yeah.
So without an event license. So there is some.
But you can't sell tickets.
You can't sell tickets to it. So like, we'd have to do full.
Can you accept donations?
Yes.
You could do a donation only.
So
type
like, the thing is, BYOB accepting donations, you have to rent the building and it's your private event. There's loopholes around everything. Go fuck yourself.
See,
Red Solo Cups, $5.
Yeah,
we've been talking about
that is the workaround. You sell shit different that you can get away with. There is some workarounds
Because
because
I
I
used to do at basement shows in Manhattan. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have to pay to get in. You didn't have to buy booze, but the cup was $5.
yeah, and you didn't have to drink off the cup. You can just pay for the cup and fucking give it to somebody else if you feel like it. You don't always have to drink at these shows. But I think the sober community and the booze community have to come together so we don't alienate either one. So I mean, that's
Well, some people just can't be around it. I mean,
And
That's unfortunate.
and that's what I'm starting out to try to accommodate. But I'm going to tell you that community has not embraced it. That community is sitting on their couch waiting for their next hit, I think.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, I would urge that
they're
community
looking
to come
for an
out
excuse
I'd
to-
urge that community to come out and just watch some
you're
shows.
I hate that. And I know some people that are badass musicians that are sober, that are sitting at their fucking house right now feeling sorry for themselves,
Miserable.
wishing there was something they could do, but once you give it to them, no, I'm just going to chill.
Well, I say right now, you could even, come out to this show on my birthday. This fucking show they're here to promote.
Yeah,
you guys give us the whole.
Tell us
fucking
what's
rundown
happening on this thing.
Give us the whole rundown. You can hold it up to the camera, and we'll zoom in on it and all that.
January 26th is your birthday?
January 26th is my birthday.
Happy
and my
birthday.
birthday. Until he sent me this flyer, I was like, "Hey, my birthday's on a Friday this year."
How do you not know your co-host's birthday?
I don't remember my own birthday. Man.
That's fair.
I hate
That's
my
fair.
birthday. I don't usually celebrate it.
That's actually my deal too. I live a pretty blessed life, but certain things like the holidays and my birthday just kind of always suck.
I get it. I didn't like any of that stuff till children. Children
Yeah,
changed my
yeah,
perspective.
Children make
Kids
me like we're all stressing right now. If you got kids, I'm trying to make sure you get everything going for Christmas. God, that's a stressful time.
Indeed.
But it still is a beautiful, fun time. But without them, like I wouldn't give two fucking flying shits.
That's
about Christmas.
how I'm calling
I don't
it,
buy
man.
shit like me and him. My gift to you is you don't got to buy me shit.
Right. same.
Like so
Yeah, man.
your gift to me is I hope the same because I'm hoping to get it every year.
Right. No, absolutely. If it weren't for kids.
All right, well, I'll take
I don't-
it back, I guess. So.
I don't do the holiday thing.
Well, if you actually got me something, you know.
You know, but I want my kids to look back on their childhood fondly.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, so I've learned how to do the
and
holiday
as
thing.
parents, we have to tiptoe the line of not trying to outdo yourself every year.
Yep.
Right.
Because my kids are now 14 and 11. I'll hold you to it. Yeah, and you have to let them know that like okay, eventually like my kids kind of know like hey man you got like $500 some odd a piece to deal with and that's about it. You know because they like a lot of fucking expensive shoes and 1 or 2 pairs of shoes and we're there. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like, fuck.
Mine's still 6, so thank God I'm not.
Well,
that bad.
at your kids, I don't know how old are your kids?
I've got at home. I've got a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old,
So
and an
that's-
8-year-old.
So until
still pretty fun, right?
they get to about 13, 14, or 11, 12, you get to have a lot of fun with Christmas. You get to buy Marvel shit. You get to buy cool like dolls and shit,
Yep.
and you can fill that tree that tree looks like
Yeah.
you done bought $8 million worth of shit
And
for
it's
fucking
so- it is
for
so
less than a
freaking fun,
G-bird. But
you know, like-
nowadays, that shit changes when your kids get
it's
older.
exciting.
Fuck.
My 8-year-old, this year I got him a starter D&D kit to help teach him how.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna teach him how to DM, man.
We are the
There you
nerd
go,
in the
there you go.
background.
And
You still have all my books.
I know I do. You're gonna get in on this.
I want to get in on this because I've never played D&D.
Oh, right.
Me either. I've always
So-
kind of wanted to.
Yeah, me too.
And
Do I get a cool cape? Is all I
Yes.
just want some cool gear.
You can have a cool cape, but we're handing him down about 3,000 Magic the Gathering cards too.
There you go.
So, like, hey, let's get you addicted to things that aren't gonna, get girls pregnant or, send you to jail.
Yeah, it's actually effective birth control if we look at it
Indeed,
correctly.
indeed.
It's, yeah.
There's many people that can attest to how
Yeah,
great
yeah.
a birth control that's worked. It's been working for years.
Yeah.
We could do a fucking commercial for that. That'd be
My-
fun.
my- my freaking-
D&D, the best birth control.
my
I'm starting to
3-year-old.
realize this is a good idea. This is a good idea.
Fucking,
Really.
dude, I would get my daughter into this.
My 3-year-old, she's me incarnate, and she's really into dinosaurs and cars right now. So I had this really cool like dinosaur car Hot Wheels track thing of hers, but she decided to climb on one of her dressers and fell on top of it and shattered it.
Well, you
So-
know, sometimes you got to jump on some shit.
That happens.
Sometimes
Like
you
I
got to
said, me-
let's see if this can handle a 3-year-old.
Me incarnate. So she's getting that. So like basically my point is that the Christmas tree looks like, there's all the things. It looks like there's $1 million under it. It's so exciting to me because that's not what
when it's fun.
That's not what my childhood was like.
Well, that's
You know
when it's
what I'm
fun
saying?
because even at this day and age, you can. Money's tight for a lot of people, and I get
Right.
it. And shit has got rapidly more expensive all the time.
Oh my
But
God.
you can still buy a bunch of cheap toys for a kid under 10,
Right, and they love it.
and they love it because it's
Right.
more about shit to open a little bit more than anything else.
Kinda.
Exactly. It's the
You,
experience.
you hit the 3 or 4 really big things that their brain can spit out, and the rest of the shit they just haven't. This is
Right.
it's a fixation to open shit.
Well,
and it's fun.
I'm buying toys for my kid who is turning 13 on New Year's Day, but I'm buying toys for him that I know he's going to break inside of like 2 weeks.
Yeah, no shit. 100%.
You know what I mean?
The best ones always
So,
break. You know how many
so
fucking
I
toy
make those be
helicopters
like
I've bought?
I make those be like the $10 to $20 presents, and I'll buy like 3 of those.
Right.
You know,
Just something
Yeah.
to have.
give me something to break. That's how it goes. You know.
Yeah, dude,
Indeed.
for like straight up.
Indeed.
So how'd you get hooked up with this show? So we got January 26th, which is my birthday. And I actually turned 40 on that.
Well, the
I'm
reason
turning
that
40.
we're doing this show is because it's your birthday. This is your
That's right,
birthday.
that's
show.
right.
Oh, okay, well, I have to come then. Fuck.
We're all getting
No,
40s. We're all drinking 40s for your 40th.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't doing that.
No.
No. This is kind of a special
That's
show
not stupid, I'm not doing that.
because
Do it.
this is honestly a special show because we kind of started this collective known as Underground Sickness Productions.
Is this your shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like
I started it, and I'm bringing them on with it because we're in the band. This is basically what it is that I get I know so many fucking bands from playing music so many years. Like literally bands that I grew up listening to are like literally my friends now. So
they need a promoter. Do it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
So what I want.
That's what I'm hearing.
And like I always bitch because there isn't like brutal stuff that comes here. So I'm pretty much put up or shut up.
I'm spearheading that is what I'm hearing.
So
He's going to
You
start
way to take
throwing
the-
the shows
Create
he
it.
wants to go see.
Yeah.
Dude, I
it.
will tell
Yeah.
you, I will tell any artist, work for you. It always is the best.
Yeah.
Work for you and your passion, and believe it or not, there are a million people that will follow step.
And I say find a niche, fill it.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we're doing with this. We've already got the second show booked. We haven't announced it yet because we want
Well,
to
let's
push
announce
this
it
show.
exclusively on the air.
Oh, let's go.
No, I don't want to step on the hype for this because it's still like
Yeah,
about,
give us,
about, about
so
2
give,
weeks
yeah,
away.
give us
We
everything
should
in.
announce it at that show.
Oh, the second
Possibly.
show. Yeah,
There you go. Now you're gonna.
Now you're in.
Why don't you start emceeing these shows?
It'll be announced because the
I
band
think
the
Ted
bands.
MCs these shows, right?
I mean, I could.
You could. You got a voice for this. You could
Fuck
use
it,
that.
I'll MC him.
Bring the hip hop.
Well, I will say to any.
Yeah.
I will say to any promoter.
10%.
I will say to any promoter, make yourself seen a little bit.
Yeah.
But not a lot. You're
Yeah.
not trying to take anything from anybody.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, a lot of bands are shit about saying who they are and who's coming on next, and like a lot of bands.
Oh
that
my
come
God,
on,
we saw it the other day.
Dude, I've sat through so many local shows, and I'm going to say this to you, local artists, a little bit. Always tell the crowd who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
They do not know who you are always. Yeah. Some people just walked in. Some people are in that bar all the
Every
time.
third song, you should be like, "Hey, we
I
are
think
da da da."
Especially if you're playing an hour, 45 minute to an hour set. Hey, just remember that we're this. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
We got merch back here. We're from here. We need gas money out
Well,
of
with
here.
with
Let's
our
go.
upcoming stage show, people are gonna know who we are.
Oh yeah. So explain that.
Well, we decided to go all out. I got this like projector thing, and we're gonna have behind us. We're gonna have projected behind us just gore and carnage from horror movies
Babies,
playing
meat grinders.
while we play.
So like cut like the highlights from a bunch of your favorite shit
Yeah,
that you cut together.
Yeah, I cut it
Yeah,
together.
you've cut this together.
I've cut it
I knew
together.
that
Oh,
already.
We did that.
So is that to play during your set or all the time?
That's our set.
That's badass.
So-
is that something new you guys are doing, or?
It's gonna be the first time we do this. This is kind of gonna be our return because we took like a bit of hiatus.
Let's go.
In October, we parted ways with our vocalist, so I'm taking over vocals, and now we're just super.
So were you guys
focused.
4-piece?
We were not anymore. Now we're 3-piece.
So you're going from lead guitar to lead guitar and vocals now.
Yeah.
And how long have, like on? So we have places where you already have recorded music that we can hear from the old band, or is it all just? This stuff?
we do have our first album. We recorded another. It's going to be a split CD. That's where like two bands like release a CD together.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Where it's
Oh,
like
interesting.
one
Yeah, I
half
like
is it's like a big '80s thing. One half.
Well, it's actually kind of revamped because it's a new way to keep your album tumbling back to the top of the like new
Yeah.
shit because you can each release a song from it as the album
Yeah,
comes together.
and then like their fans will buy it
I've seen
and
other
find out
groups.
about
I've
us.
seen other groups do it. Yeah,
and
it's a share.
vice versa.
It's like a share
Yeah.
thing. Like you kind of
But-
like piggyback onto it.
Are there collabs that happen?
Well, like the E40 and
There can be.
like E40
Yeah,
and
that'd be cool, right?
E40 and Too Short been doing this for like the last 10 years. Really, like every like 3 years that E40 and Too Short do an album together. Like in like it's some album like it's mostly like they release 2 or 3 songs by themselves, and the other band will release 2 or 3 songs by themselves, and it's like a collaborative EP. And sometimes they have like a couple of songs where they're like one singer will feature on the other songs
Yeah.
with them.
Well, we're not together on any.
Freaking Mac Dre and Andre Nicotina did one too. It was
Yes,
the Andre and Andre
yeah,
album.
yeah, you're right,
It was,
yeah.
it was killer.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a cool idea when you're trying to break the mold of any kind of advertising for your band. Fucking do anything, man. See what sticks.
But
So,
yeah,
so who all's on the show? Yeah.
well, that split CD is going to come out. The label has all the stuff. We're just waiting on the label to put it out.
So soon.
Probably next after the new year.
First of the year.
He re-recorded the vocals.
I went and
after we
re-recorded
parted
vocals.
Well, you might as well, right?
Yeah. So
Might as well. How do you? So quick before we get too far into that.
Yeah.
How do you like moving into the lead vocal stage? How's that feel for you?
I love it because now, like, instead of trying to beg somebody to do what I want them to do,
Just do it yourself.
I'm just
You already
doing it
know what
myself.
you want.
Yeah.
I will say to that to a lot of like when it's your band
Yeah.
because it's always one person's like and it becomes everybody's shit and everybody's thing, but like there usually is a driving force to the band. There always is like a backbone, if
Yeah.
you will. And like I would say, man, I think that you probably feel better writing your own shit now, don't you? A little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's just on so many levels. It's a lot better. I mean, we wish
And you
him,
get what you want. You're like, this is what I wanted out of this.
we wish him the best, but it just he didn't fit the bill. It wasn't working out. So
There it is.
moving forward, this is going to be our return show. It is going to be Corpse Burner. They are from Kansas City. It is ex-members of the band Rim Job, who is the band that we're doing the split with. They dissolved, and now they return with Corpse Burner.
So are they going to be Corpse Burner on the split album, or are they going to be Rim Job?
Rim Job.
Rim
is
Job.
Rim.
Okay.
This is like a new.
So
kinda-
we got a Rim Job and your guys' album coming out, a collab album coming out at the first of the year.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So whenever you guys drop that, make sure you hit us with it so we can like roll it.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a couple of songs online, or at least one.
Tell us about it. Where is it?
Yeah, nothing that I've done yet.
That's right.
Is it all just probably recorded shit from like Barleycorns or something?
No, it was recorded with the original vocals.
Oh, without the others, with the other singer. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've gone and re-recorded.
That was smart move, dude.
Yeah.
Smart move. Like if you like if we're in recording, we change singers. Go lay down the tracks
Yeah.
again. Why the fuck?
It
not?
was easy. It took a weekend to do.
Yeah,
it.
dude. Spend the money and lay down the tracks again.
Yeah.
It's not. It's little dollars.
Money.
What's the money?
It's good to have friends who
Yeah.
like to do this stuff. So we're,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
blessed there.
So, dude, if you got that for sure.
So yeah, Corpse Burner is coming down from Kansas City, and it's gonna be us, Saprogenous from Wichita on our return from our hiatus. We've also got our buddies Pat Minotaur coming up from Oklahoma.
You mentioned
Nice.
Nursing Home Panty Raid earlier. That's Zach from that band's new band.
Oh,
no.
Pat Minotaur is Zach from
And then-
Pat
Pat
Minotaur.
Pat Minotaur.
Isn't that the best name ever?
Unpack that. Is this?
It's
are
not.
They, are they in a Minotaur outfit?
No, but they're very pro wrestling.
I say we start a GoFundMe to get that band a Minotaur outfit for the
Luchadors. Luchadors.
How cool is a
More
Minotaur?
like- more like
Half
the
man,
Dudley
half
Boys.
fucking
Okay, there you go.
horse. Like, come on.
I'm into it.
Anyway,
But they're a lot of fun. They played deranged grindcore, and then we have the debut of
here we are. The debut.
Wichita's own Entropic.
You can't even read it. It took you a minute.
No,
Look
no.
at you.
Hear it now. Hear it. What was it?
Entropic.
Entropic.
Yeah.
Entropic. This is a up and coming local band. This is their first show.
Yeah, they're very awesome. I saw some. I've known a couple of
I
guys.
booked them personally. It's my birthday.
But yeah, I've known some.
I've known them forever.
I've known
Seen
some
it.
of these guys for a while, and I'm fucking stoked
We're really
to see.
excited about that.
You
them together.
you guys got a little gym in the pocket. They're pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're
Really
good.
good.
And then like even with like our Underground Sickness Productions things, I'm helping out other bands. Like I'm connecting people.
You
'Cause
spell
I
that
want
just
you
straight.
should. We
You
should.
spell that under
Underground.
straight up?
Yeah, straight up. Underground Sickness
all
Productions.
the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
Lowercase.
Yeah, it's on
Productions.
Facebook.
All right, bet. We'll like
So,
and subscribe to your
It's
shit.
pretty much I'm just trying to build, a scene of this kind of music. I mean, we have metal here, but I want like the putrid.
Let's go.
Well, I
Over the
say
top, man.
again. I'll say if you are the man to be the catalyst of it, be it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're like, should I do it? Fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like if people are coming to you and you know the people of this genre,
Yeah.
and you know a niche, and dude, the Hyde will help. We'll help any
Yeah, yeah.
fucking way we can.
And the last few
I'm here
shows
to
we've
help all
done
that,
have
man.
done really well. I
just
think
just don't
our
spit
last-
blood. We got to clean up. I don't want to.
No. There's gonna be no blood. Our last
Thank you,
show
John.
that we did in September was one that we put on, and I think we got like 100 heads on a Wednesday night, and
Nice,
that's
nice.
that's awesome.
Dude,
No, that's
100
way good.
heads
That's
at
way
any
good.
at any venue in Wichita on a Wednesday night is
Yeah.
a fucking win.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I designed this as all ages venue, and we cap out of around 50 somewhere.
now we could do 75. In this
Well,
bitch.
I mean, we can if we move some tables and chairs around a little bit.
we do some live shows.
but
We do some
like,
crazy shit.
but I'm used to the underage crowd not showing up, so
Yeah,
I tried
how
to make
it
a
is.
venue to where it looks packed when they're here. You know what I mean?
We're not exactly child friendly.
yeah.
So how does that work out with you guys having children? Do they listen to your music at all? I'll transition.
My
that. How about
daughter-
you like that.
Okay, like my daughter, like I always wear just crazy death metal shirts. And my
Well, death metal shirts are fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
let's first,
Yeah.
first and
Right.
foremost, even if it's not your genre,
Yeah.
death metal shirts are the shit.
yeah,
First and foremost, they got the merch cornered. Like, there's a lot of people that make shirts, death metal shirts. Now your flyers are a little tough to read.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go there. It's
What
a
that
it's
is-
a Rorschach test / ink blot
It's-
test that I can't.
Thornbush.
So it's
You
a
know,
lot.
so-
It's a lot to
See,
take in.
What it is that it's like poser repellent.
It's
It's
like a
like
burr.
it's like gatekeeping. It's like, well, if you can't read it, then this isn't going to be for you.
Right.
Fair enough.
You got to be able to read the graffiti on the wall.
Exactly. But it's like when
AJ,
you see,
give it to me. Give AJ it.
It's become such a joke that people are making their shit just unreadable
Just hard
on
to
purpose.
read,
But
yeah.
that's what the real joke is, and that makes me laugh. So I commend the metal community. Make it harder and tougher for me to read.
But-
I don't give a shit.
but
I'm
when
not
you
going to say
see-
your band name right anyway.
But when you see a flyer like that and you see the logos like that, like you know what you're gonna, you know what
You
you're
know it's a
gonna-
metal show.
I
You know it's a
that
metal show.
my
Straight
eyebrows
up.
are going to be blown back.
You know it's not going to be like an acoustic
Yep.
singer songwriter. You know it's going to be some.
And so
some-
this show, this
yeah.
show that we've mentioned, is at Barleycorns
Barleycorns.
on January 26th.
Yes.
That's a Friday night.
Shout
And,
out.
and this is a $10 show. This starts at
$10
8 p.m. And this is give us your production company one more time.
Underground Sickness Productions.
Underground Sickness Productions. Look out for them putting on a bunch of fun fucking shows coming up.
We've got so many people.
So
coming
give us
Let's
take
go.
this last few minutes, pimp your guys' band, pimp your guys' brand. Where can we get all your music? Where can we get everything? And we'll tie a knot on this bad boy.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram.
OnlyFans.
Oh, what's the best one?
Just me.
So if we're listening
Just
to your
you.
guys'
I
music,
thought
is
so.
it,
I thought
is
so.
it Spotify? Is it?
Spotify. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on all.
So which one
platforms.
do you want to push them to? YouTube, Spotify, whatever.
Spotify is cool.
Spotify, and I will tell you,
YouTube.
and I will tell you, all of you, that we have to push you to one single one. Go fuck yourself. Go like it on all fucking three
Yeah.
platforms. You
It's-
got all three of them on your fucking phone. Do it.
And I'll
anyway.
link them all in the description too.
But you be lazy. You be
Yeah,
lazy.
Hey,
though.
dude,
That's what
it's
that's
literally, you done shit twice this week. Why the whole time you was looking at horrible reels,
Yeah.
you could have liked 6 bands shit and
Yeah.
and then done a lot for the
in that
community.
45 minutes.
But no, you was watching some guy fucking
Scrolling TikTok.
You was watching
That's what
some
you're
guy
doing.
fucking shave horse hooves or mow grass.
Pop pimples.
I've never done TikTok. I've never had any desire because my 42-year-old brain doesn't understand it. But I made a Saprogenous TikTok.
You should.
So-
Okay, so what I will tell you,
I'm on TikTok.
I will tell you
man.
of all of the platforms. When you talk about YouTube, we do an hour-long show with you guys. It's a lot of fun. And we'll get more traction and more views, and I'll get more people to look at your music the more reels, shorts, and edits I do.
Yeah.
Like very rarely can you like wrap somebody into an hour-long fucking podcast.
Yeah,
but if I
right.
fucking give you or if you guys are ever interested, which we offer to a lot of bands, if you guys have like a song you want to let us kick to play out at the end, we'll do it. But like, there's a way to like bite people in, and like short clips always works more than, and if you're lucky, they'll take the short clip and go watch the whole fucking show. And that's what you hope for. But.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of figuring out with like TikTok. Like I'll just put like some scene where like a corpse melts and then just put our music over it and be like, hope for the best.
Dude,
And I will
that would work.
And I will
That
tell
would
you,
work.
and I will tell every
That
TikTok,
hits the-
I will tell every TikTok and reel creator that the trick is to make sure that every video that you make does not start the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
With a different look, whether it starts with you guys or whether it starts with some grindcore or it starts with something crazy or starts with you guys on stage. But like every video needs to not start with the same like look.
Look,
'Cause it-
unless that's
'cause
your
it-
thing.
No, I'm just saying, but it will hit
it?
the algorithms better.
Yeah.
So if you like,
Yeah.
see, even if I'm doing,
get that.
so even if I'm doing your guys' show, say I'm filming your guys' show and I got a 30-minute clip of your guys' show, but I'm making short clips of it for TikTok. If I'm making 5 clips of that, I need one from the side, one from the front.
Yeah.
One from starting with the drums, maybe from the back, if I can get that angle. You can't start all of your reels and TikTok shorts and stuff from, because I did it for a long time. I would do it from like just the studio. Hey, we're live in studio.
I feel like people will assume it's the same clip.
They will.
Right.
So
They
you
do.
have to
They
give
do that.
them. You have to give them a different angle just to grab them for that quick second. So maybe they hope you watch your 30-second fucking video.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in now. You can't create art and backload it and hope that people
Yeah.
see your really talented shit that you put on track 11
Short attention span.
on
Yeah,
track
right,
11.
right.
Like if you got the greatest riff or the greatest bass dump or the best lyric you wrote and you put it on track 10 on the last verse, you fucked yourself. That should have been on track 1, song 1. And if it's the last verse, you should have moved it to the fucking first, because you're going to get more clicks and you're going to get more likes. We don't live in that day anymore, unfortunately, where you buy a fucking album and you listen to all of it and you might eventually catch some brilliance.
Yeah.
We all grew up in the point where like sometimes you catch some brilliance on an album that you had for 2 years you didn't know was there.
Yeah.
You listen to a very end of a song and you catch a verse or some great breakdown that's amazing. Bitch, if you got that now, you better lead with it because you're trying to drag them into your art. So don't save your genius is what I will tell artists.
Pull the titties out first.
Pull them right the fuck out. Even if you're a man, pull the titty out. Even if you're a big fat man, I'm still a titty fan. And I'll give that to. We'll end it on that. We'll give it to Rodney Carrington. That's his line. I can't take it from him. But thanks for coming on, guys.
Show them to me.
The Aaron and Austin Show is brought to you by Slow Coast Media, Wichita by EB, Sacred Leaf, PK Pest Management, JEllis Kitchen, and Diaper